guys, big welcome. Minnesota Twins franchise, episode number 211 here. We're in season number 4, and we have kind of a rare two-game series with division rival Chicago White Sox. They're the only team in the AL Central that we have a two-game series with for whatever reason. I don't know what the scheduling purposes are there. But we come into this one riding a 12-game losing streak. We have hit the low of the lows here on this Twins franchise. We're 45-86. The White Sox are 75-56. Third in all of baseball in average. Fourth in home runs. It is their offense that has been getting the job done this season for the White Sox. Their pitching is a little bit suspect. We have called up Carlos Chavez, sent Jake Hager down. We called up Jeff Mitchelltree, the left fielder, and sent Brandon Peterson down. Peterson and Jake Hager both, don't worry, they'll both be back up in September call-ups, which is coming up in just a couple of series from now. I think we're second to the last week of August is where we're at as we head into this series with the Chicago White Sox. The first game, Felix Jorge against Carson Fulmer. Jorge trying to be the pitcher that gets the Twins out of this 12-game losing streak. And he's making his 15th start of the year. He's 3-7, a 4.56 ERA. And he's pitched 81 innings. Carson Fulmer, 141 and two-thirds innings, a 3.94 ERA. 7-10, though, for the White Sox, who have a very good record. So it's kind of surprising that he has a 7-10 record. William Manning will get the highlights started off here. He's batting .246 with 9 home runs. Bottom of the first inning, bases loaded, and 2 outs. And Felix Jorge gets him to ground out to second. And that will end the threat for Chicago. At the end of inning number 1, the Twins and the White Sox still scoreless. We go to the second inning now. Drew Stubbs at the plate, .255 hitter with 16 home runs, 62 RBIs. First batter of the inning on a 1-0 count from Felix Jorge. He gets one up in the strike zone, doesn't get it up high enough, and Drew Stubbs drives it deep into the seats. Solo home run for the Sox. And it is 1-0, good guys. According to Hawk, anyway. I'm so glad Hawk Harrelson retired. I hated that guy. Absolutely just couldn't stand him. 6th inning. Miguel Sano at the plate. .259 average. 1 for 2 on the day. Looking to tie this game up with one swing. And you can put it on the board. Yes. I always have to do that against the White Sox. 1-1. Game all tied up. Twins trying to snap a 12-game losing streak. Delino DeShields Jr., .263, 4 home runs. He has struggled since coming over from the Rangers, but he's going to deliver one into left field with a runner on third. That will drive in a run. It's 2-1 Twins. Delino DeShields Jr. coming through in the clutch. Matt Perkey now coming on for the White Sox, making appearance number 50 on the season. He's facing Byron Buxton, whose batting average has dropped below the Mendoza line. But this time he's going to rip it down the third base line. And that's going to bring home 1 run. And the Twins increase their lead to 3-1. Looking like we might snap that 12-game winning streak here. Middle of the 6th, we have a 2-run lead over the Sox. We go to the 7th inning now. Felix Jorge has to leave the game with a pectoral injury, and I believe we'll look after the game, or at least talk about after the game what happened to him. Carlos Chavez in to take his place to face Adam Eaton with runners on first and second and 1 out. Adam Eaton rips it down the first base line. That one is cut off by Tapia, but 1 run will come in to score, make the score 3-2 in favor of the Twins, and the White Sox still threatening to tie it up here. Alcides Escobar, .284 hitters, 0 for 3 on the day, still 1 out. He's going to hit this one into right center field, and it will be Tapia who makes the catch. Runner tagging from third, looking to tie up the ball game, and they do. It is all tied up at 3 apiece at the end of the 7th. So that losing streak breaking win on the line now. Trevor May, comes into the game. 44th appearance, 3.86 ERA. He's been really good for us this year. Jose Abreu at the plate now with a runner on second and 2 outs. We're in the bottom of the ninth, and Abreu drives it deep to left center. Buxton going back. This one could be the game winner. Buxton tries to make the catch. He doesn't. And the White Sox walk off with the win. Alcides Escobar comes in to score. Jose Abreu gets the game-winning RBI. And the White Sox win at 4-3, and our losing streak continues. It is at 13. White Sox lead the season series 9-5. Miguel Sano is 3 for 5 with a home run and an RBI for us. Good to see Miguel Sano maybe start to have his bat heat up a little bit here. Raimel Tapia was 2 for 4, scored a run. Byron Buxton 2 for 4 with an RBI. A much-needed 2 for 4 for Buxton. And Drew Stubbs was your player of the game, 2 for 4 with a home run and an RBI for the White Sox. All right, second game of this interesting two-game series with the White Sox. It's 133rd game of the season. And Chad Bettis will go for us. He's 1-9 on the year. 4.47 ERA, 114 and 2/3 innings. Spent half of the year as a long reliever. And at the trade deadline, we had to move him into the rotation. Jose Quintana, 11-10, a 4.07 ERA for the White Sox. And Jace Peterson will lead off our highlights here in the first. 269 hitter with 22 home runs. Bases loaded and nobody out. And Peterson draws the walk. So Jose Quintana walks in the first run of the game. Francisco Cervelli touches the plate. It's 1-0 Twins. Delino DeShields Jr. now 3 for 25 in his last 8 games. With 1 out, and he is going to ground it to short, and the White Sox are going to escape the inning with a double play. The Twins had the bases loaded and nobody out and could only scrape through 1 run on that bases loaded walk. We go to the bottom of the inning now. Runner on first. Here's a drive to right center field. That one will split the gap. Runner rounding second, heading to third. He's got Wills. I think it is Adam Eaton, maybe? We'll see who comes in to score here. Alcides Escobar drives in the game-tying run. We're all tied up at 1. Todd Frazier now. American League MVP candidate with a runner on third and 1 out, and he's going to bloop one into center field in front of Buxton. And the White Sox take the lead 2-1 in the first inning. If you look at the RBI leaders, look at that. Todd Frazier at 125. Encarnacion is second with 105. 20 behind Frazier. He should be your American League MVP in my opinion. Adam Eaton now. 337. 18 home runs, 65 RBIs. Like we said at the outset of this episode, hitting is what has gotten the White Sox where they are right now. And they hold down one of the wild card spots. Adam Eaton drives this one out of the yard in left center field. It is a solo home run, 3-1 White Sox in the bottom of the second. So if we're going to snap our 13-game losing streak, we're going to have to come from behind to do it. And if we don't get it done here today, it's going to move into another episode as a 14-game losing streak. And we have the Blue Jays next, who are in contention for the postseason. It's been a brutal month. Maybe next episode I'll look at the record of all of the teams that we have played in August. We've only played 5 games against teams with a losing record in the entire month. The other 23 or so games, 24 or so games have been against teams with a winning record. As you see, Jeff Mitchelltree drive in a run to make it score 3-2. Jose Abreu at the plate now. 296 average. Runner on third. And he's going to send this one to left field. That one's got a chance to leave the yard, and it is caught at the wall. Jeff Mitchelltree makes the catch, but the runner tags, comes in to score. It's 4-2 White Sox. With the lead at the end of 5 here in Chicago. On the south side, Francisco Cervelli at the plate now for the Twins. 4-2 White Sox. Top of the 7th inning, Cervelli drives it into the gap in right center field. That one will split the defenders. One hop the wall. And a runner is going to score all the way from third without a throw. It's 4-3. And Cervelli has the RBI double for the Twins. Middle of the 7th, we are within striking distance. And we will bring in JT Shargaw. Had a rough season, but his last 3 or 4 appearances, he's been really good. And so that's promising. And he strikes out the front runner for the American League MVP, the Todd father. Swings and misses at the end of 7. It is still 4-3. We go to the 9th inning now. David Robertson, 45 games, 32 saves. And he is facing Miguel Sano with a runner on first and 2 outs. Chance for Sano to flip the scoreboard on its top. He drives this one deep to left center field. That one is heading back at the track, and it is going to die there. The White Sox win another 1-run game, another 4-3 score, and it is loss number 14 in a row for the Twins. White Sox lead the season series 10-5. Adam Eaton went 3 for 4 with a home run and an RBI. Talking about JT Chargois before, he wasn't throwing enough fastballs. I think he was using his slurve and changeup a little bit too much instead of relying on his fastball. Even though he has lost a little velocity off that fastball, it is still his best pitch. And in the last 2 or 3 starts, he has featured it more often, and it has been beneficial for Chargois. The playoff picture: Red Sox, Tigers, and Angels are your division leaders. The White Sox and the Blue Jays would hold down the wild card spots. The Rangers 2.5 games out. The Indians 4 games out. The Royals 7.5 games out. The entire American League Central Division, outside of the Twins, are in the playoff race. The playoff picture in the NL is a little bit more jumbled. The Nationals with a 1.5 game lead over the Mets, 2.5 over the Phillies, 4 over the Marlins. The Cubs 5 over the Pirates. The Giants running away with the West. The Dodgers and the Diamondbacks would hold down the wild card spots. The Mets are 3.5 games out. Pirates 4, Phillies 4.5, Marlins 6, and the Cardinals 7.5 out. As we close out this episode of Minnesota Twins Franchise, our 14-game losing streak will go into the next series in episode 212 against the Toronto Blue Jays here on the Moldy Cheese Major League Baseball Network.